Love rarely announces itself with grand performances. More often, it appears through small, consistent actions that quietly shape everyday life. A person who truly loves you may not always express their feelings in dramatic ways, yet their presence is steady when difficulties arise. They listen when your thoughts are tangled, offer patience when your mood is unsettled, and remain concerned about your well-being even when you push them away. Many people overlook this form of affection because it feels ordinary compared to intense emotional highs portrayed in stories and fantasies. However, lasting connection grows not from constant excitement, but from reliability and care that persist through routine and hardship alike. Walking away from such love sometimes happens because it seems predictable, yet predictability often means safety and trust. When someone chooses to stay beside you even during misunderstandings, it reflects a deeper commitment than temporary passion ever could. Real affection shows itself in forgiveness, emotional support, and willingness to understand your struggles instead of judging them. Recognizing these subtle gestures requires slowing down and observing how someone consistently chooses your happiness, even when it demands personal sacrifice or emotional effort on their part. Often, people realize the value of genuine love only after distance replaces familiarity. In moments of frustration or boredom, it is easy to assume something better awaits elsewhere, but many discover that what they left behind was rare. Someone who truly loves you does not disappear when things become complicated. They attempt to resolve conflicts, hoping connection can grow stronger through honest communication. Emotional closeness develops gradually, built through shared experiences and mutual understanding rather than sudden intensity. When misunderstandings occur, the solution lies not in withdrawal, but in conversation that allows both hearts to be heard. Walking away without attempting clarity can leave lingering regret, because true emotional support is not easily replaced. Love that feels calm and steady may lack drama, yet it provides something far more valuable: emotional security and acceptance. Before deciding to leave, consider whether dissatisfaction comes from the relationship itself or from temporary feelings that could be resolved through patience and openness. Sometimes, choosing to stay and understand each other transforms ordinary affection into a lasting bond capable of weathering life's inevitable changes. In many relationships, the moment emotional discomfort appears, the instinct to withdraw can feel stronger than the desire to understand what is truly happening. Conflict often brings hidden fears and past disappointments to the surface, making people question whether staying is worth the emotional effort. Yet genuine love does not disappear at the first sign of tension. Instead, it asks both individuals to remain present and willing to listen. A person who truly loves you does not expect perfection, but hopes for honesty and patience while difficulties are worked through together. Walking away may seem like relief in the heat of frustration, but distance rarely solves the deeper emotional issues that follow into future relationships. Growth emerges when both people choose conversation over silence, allowing misunderstandings to transform into clarity. Emotional maturity means recognizing that disagreements are not proof of incompatibility, but opportunities to understand each other more deeply. When someone remains willing to confront problems instead of escaping them, it shows commitment to the bond rather than attachment to temporary comfort. Staying present through difficult moments often reveals how strong a connection truly is. When two people care deeply, challenges become invitations to strengthen emotional understanding rather than signals to retreat. Misunderstandings arise because each person carries different experiences, fears, and expectations into the relationship. Someone who truly loves you tries to bridge these differences, even when communication feels difficult or emotions become overwhelming. Walking away without attempting resolution often leaves questions unanswered and emotions unresolved, creating regret that lingers long after separation. Love matures through shared effort, through moments when both individuals admit mistakes and seek solutions instead of assigning blame. Emotional discomfort is not always a warning sign. Sometimes it is evidence that both people are confronting parts of themselves that require healing. Choosing patience over impulsive departure allows trust to develop slowly but firmly. When partners learn to face challenges side by side, their bond becomes more resilient than relationships built solely on easy moments. Real connection grows when people remain willing to stay, listen, and evolve together rather than abandoning each other when emotions become complicated. True love begins to deepen at the moment when two people allow themselves to be seen beyond their strengths and successes, revealing fears, insecurities, and imperfections they usually hide from the world. Many individuals struggle with this level of openness because showing emotional vulnerability feels risky, as if rejection might follow once flaws are exposed. Yet a person who truly loves you does not demand perfection. Instead, they value honesty and emotional authenticity. When someone remains patient with your weaknesses and continues to offer support even after seeing your difficult sides, it reflects a rare and meaningful form of affection. Walking away at the point where vulnerability begins often means escaping not from the relationship, but from the fear of being fully known. Emotional intimacy requires courage, the willingness to trust that acceptance is possible even when you feel uncertain about yourself. Relationships become stronger when both people slowly lower their defenses, allowing trust to replace suspicion and openness to replace emotional distance. Staying present during these vulnerable moments allows love to evolve from surface attraction into a deeper connection built on mutual understanding and emotional safety. Often, people regret leaving relationships where they felt truly seen because such acceptance is not easily found again. Someone who genuinely cares tries to understand your emotional struggles instead of judging them, offering reassurance when self-doubt becomes overwhelming. Yet, when vulnerability feels uncomfortable, some choose distance to protect themselves, believing independence will shield them from emotional pain. However, emotional walls that keep pain away also block genuine closeness. Walking away may seem like self-protection, but it can also mean losing someone willing to stand beside you during personal growth. Love flourishes when both individuals recognize that imperfections do not weaken connection, but humanize it. Honest conversations about fears and uncertainties allow bonds to mature naturally, creating trust that cannot exist when emotions remain hidden. Choosing to stay and share emotional truths fosters a relationship where both partners feel accepted rather than judged. In such spaces, love becomes a source of healing and confidence, reminding each person that being imperfect does not make them unworthy of affection, but instead makes connection more real and meaningful. Many people confuse excitement with love, believing a relationship must constantly feel intense to remain meaningful. In reality, genuine affection often expresses itself through calm stability rather than dramatic emotional highs. A person who truly loves you may not create endless thrilling moments, but they offer something far more valuable: emotional reliability. They remain present during ordinary days, support you when challenges arise, and provide comfort when life feels overwhelming. Walking away because the relationship feels predictable can lead to regret, as predictability often means trust and emotional safety have taken root. Real connection grows through shared routines, small acts of kindness, and consistent care rather than constant excitement. Someone who chooses to stay supportive during difficult times demonstrates a commitment that fleeting passion cannot match. Love that survives routine and responsibility becomes stronger because it rests on mutual respect rather than temporary attraction. Learning to appreciate emotional stability helps individuals recognize that peaceful companionship is not boredom, but a sign that both partners feel secure enough to be themselves without fear of rejection or abandonment. Often, people chase novelty, believing a new connection will restore excitement they feel has faded. Yet excitement naturally softens as relationships mature, making space for deeper understanding and companionship. Someone who truly loves you does not disappear when life becomes routine. Instead, they remain dependable, offering encouragement and emotional grounding. Walking away in search of constant intensity often results in repeating the same cycle, discovering that excitement alone cannot sustain long-term happiness. Lasting affection grows through shared experiences, cooperation, and the comfort of knowing someone genuinely cares about your well-being. Emotional maturity involves recognizing that calm, supportive love holds greater value than temporary thrills. When disagreements or disappointments appear, committed partners seek solutions rather than escape, strengthening their bond through cooperation. Choosing to stay and nurture emotional stability allows relationships to evolve into partnerships where both individuals feel secure and understood. In such connections, love transforms from fleeting excitement into enduring companionship, capable of weathering life's inevitable changes together. Miscommunication often becomes the quiet force that weakens relationships, not because love disappears, but because feelings remain unspoken or misunderstood. Many people assume their emotions are obvious, expecting their partner to understand without explanation, yet unexpressed thoughts easily turn into confusion and resentment. A person who truly loves you may struggle silently, hoping their efforts and concerns will be noticed without needing to ask for attention. When communication breaks down, distance grows even when both individuals still care deeply. Walking away without seeking clarity can end a bond that might have survived through honest conversation. Emotional connection requires the courage to speak openly about fears, needs, and disappointments rather than allowing silence to create emotional separation. Someone who genuinely cares remains willing to listen, even when conversations feel uncomfortable. Love grows stronger when both partners feel safe expressing themselves without fear of judgment. Choosing dialogue instead of withdrawal allows misunderstandings to transform into understanding, reminding both individuals why the connection mattered in the first place. Often, relationships suffer not from lack of love, but from assumptions replacing communication. When feelings remain hidden, small misunderstandings accumulate until they feel impossible to resolve. Someone who truly loves you may interpret silence as rejection, while you may assume they no longer care, even though both hearts remain invested. Walking away without addressing these misunderstandings can leave lasting regret, as many conflicts could have been resolved through patient conversation. Emotional maturity involves learning to ask questions instead of forming conclusions, creating space for honesty rather than resentment. Love thrives where communication remains open, allowing both partners to clarify intentions and repair emotional wounds before they deepen. Speaking openly requires vulnerability, yet it also creates opportunities for growth and stronger emotional bonds. When two people choose understanding over pride, they discover that many conflicts are temporary and solvable. Staying present and committed to communication allows affection to mature into trust, proving that relationships endure when both individuals remain willing to listen, explain, and rebuild emotional closeness whenever distance begins to appear. Love is not only an emotion that feels pleasant in good moments. It is also a responsibility that asks both individuals to consider how their actions and decisions affect each other. When someone truly loves you, they invest time, emotional energy, and hope into the relationship, trusting that their vulnerability will be respected rather than dismissed. Walking away without careful reflection can leave emotional wounds that remain long after separation, because love creates expectations of mutual care and understanding. Emotional responsibility means recognizing that your words, silences, and choices influence the person who cares about you. True affection encourages both people to grow, offering support when one feels uncertain or discouraged. When disagreements arise, emotionally responsible partners seek solutions instead of placing blame or escaping the situation. Staying and working through challenges demonstrates respect for the emotional investment shared between two people. Love deepens when individuals learn to balance personal independence with consideration for each other's feelings. Recognizing this responsibility helps prevent impulsive decisions made during temporary frustration, reminding both partners that genuine relationships require patience, empathy, and consistent emotional effort. Often, people underestimate how deeply their presence affects someone who truly loves them until distance makes the impact clear. A caring partner does not see the relationship as disposable. Instead, they view it as a shared journey where both individuals contribute to each other's happiness and emotional stability. Walking away carelessly can shatter trust, making future connections more difficult for both hearts involved. Emotional maturity involves understanding that commitment does not remove personal freedom, but adds shared accountability. Love thrives when both partners remain mindful of each other's needs while still encouraging personal growth. When mistakes occur, responsible partners acknowledge them and attempt to repair emotional damage rather than ignoring it. Choosing to stay and work through difficulties builds resilience within the relationship, creating deeper trust over time. Emotional responsibility transforms love from a fleeting feeling into a dependable bond where both individuals feel valued and protected. When partners respect the emotional weight of their connection, they create a relationship capable of enduring uncertainty and change, proving that lasting affection grows from care, accountability, and mutual support rather than temporary emotional impulses. Sometimes, people fail to recognize genuine love because they compare their real relationship to imagined ideals shaped by stories, social expectations, or past fantasies. They expect flawless understanding, constant agreement, and effortless happiness, forgetting that real human connections are formed between imperfect individuals. A person who truly loves you may not always say the perfect words or react ideally in every situation, yet their intentions remain sincere and caring. Walking away because someone does not match an unrealistic image can result in losing a partner capable of loyalty and emotional support. Real love includes disagreements, misunderstandings, and personal differences, but it also offers opportunities to grow together through patience and empathy. Emotional wisdom involves learning to separate harmful behavior from normal human imperfection. When both partners accept that mistakes are part of growth, relationships become more forgiving and resilient. Choosing to stay and work through shortcomings allows affection to mature into understanding, creating a bond built not on fantasy, but on authentic emotional presence and shared commitment. Often people only realize the value of sincere affection after chasing idealized versions of love that prove unsustainable in reality. Someone who truly cares may show their love through consistent effort rather than grand gestures, offering stability that initially feels ordinary but later becomes deeply meaningful. Walking away in search of perfection frequently leads to disappointment, as every relationship eventually reveals human flaws. Emotional maturity involves appreciating genuine effort and emotional availability instead of focusing solely on what feels missing. Love thrives when individuals acknowledge each other's strengths while showing compassion toward weaknesses. When disappointment arises, partners who truly care attempt to understand rather than condemn, strengthening trust over time. Staying present and allowing expectations to become realistic creates space for connection to deepen naturally. Real affection grows not from chasing impossible ideals, but from recognizing the value of someone who continues to choose you despite imperfections. In such relationships, both individuals learn that acceptance, patience, and shared effort create a stronger and more lasting bond than any imagined version of love ever could. Choosing to stay in love often requires confronting personal fears that quietly influence decisions, especially the fear of emotional dependence or eventual loss. Many people walk away not because love is absent, but because closeness feels overwhelming, as if allowing someone near makes them vulnerable to disappointment or heartbreak. Yet when someone truly loves you, their intention is not to limit your freedom, but to walk beside you while both of you continue growing as individuals. Walking away can feel like protecting oneself, but it sometimes means escaping from the very connection capable of bringing emotional fulfillment. Real relationships invite two people to share fears, hopes, and uncertainties while supporting each other's journeys. Love is not about losing independence. It is about discovering strength through companionship. Emotional courage involves trusting another person enough to remain present even when doubts appear. When challenges arise, choosing patience instead of retreat allows connection to deepen naturally. Often, the comfort found in shared understanding outweighs the temporary safety of emotional distance. Staying does not mean ignoring problems, but facing them together, recognizing that true affection thrives where honesty and commitment replace avoidance. Many individuals only understand the importance of genuine love after loneliness reveals what emotional connection once provided. Someone who truly cares remains concerned about your happiness, celebrates your progress, and offers reassurance when life feels uncertain. Walking away may seem easier than confronting fears about commitment, yet isolation rarely provides the warmth and understanding that companionship offers. Love asks both individuals to trust that vulnerability can lead to shared happiness rather than inevitable pain. Emotional bonds grow when two people choose to remain supportive despite uncertainties about the future. Instead of allowing fear to guide decisions, recognizing the value of someone who consistently chooses to stand beside you encourages gratitude and emotional openness. Relationships flourish when both partners understand that love is not simply a passing emotion, but a choice made repeatedly through effort, patience, and empathy. Choosing to stay, communicate, and grow together allows affection to transform into lasting companionship. Before turning away, it is worth asking whether fear is pushing you to leave something meaningful, because genuine love, once lost, is rarely replaced with the same sincerity and emotional depth. Love also asks for recognition of effort, something often overlooked when familiarity makes devotion seem ordinary. Over time, people can begin to assume that care, patience, and support will always be available, forgetting that these qualities come from conscious choice rather than obligation. A person who truly loves you continues to invest emotional energy even when life becomes complicated or routine feels heavy. They try to understand your worries, offer reassurance when doubts appear, and remain supportive even during moments when appreciation is not expressed. Walking away without acknowledging this effort can leave behind a connection that might have grown stronger with gratitude and attention. Emotional bonds weaken when one person feels their commitment goes unnoticed, while appreciation strengthens affection and renews closeness. Love thrives when both partners recognize and value each other's contributions, whether expressed through listening, encouragement, or simple presence. Choosing to notice these everyday gestures allows relationships to remain alive and meaningful rather than fading into neglect. Sometimes the difference between losing love and preserving it lies in learning to see the quiet efforts that keep connection alive even when emotions feel less intense. Many relationships fade not because love disappears, but because appreciation becomes silent, leaving one partner feeling unseen despite continued devotion. Someone who truly cares hopes their efforts matter, even when they are expressed in small, consistent ways rather than grand displays. Walking away without acknowledging this emotional investment can lead to regret when distance reveals how much those gestures once provided comfort and stability. Emotional maturity involves recognizing that affection must be nurtured through gratitude and mutual recognition, not taken for granted. When both individuals actively value each other's presence, relationships become stronger and more resilient against everyday pressures. Expressing appreciation, offering reassurance, and acknowledging effort help maintain emotional closeness even during challenging periods. Staying present and choosing to value what someone brings into your life prevents connection from fading into indifference. Real love survives when both people remain attentive to each other's emotional needs, remembering that affection grows stronger when appreciation replaces assumption. Before deciding to walk away, it is worth asking whether what feels ordinary today might later be recognized as something deeply meaningful once it is gone. Love is not merely a feeling experienced in moments of joy. It is a deliberate choice that asks for presence, understanding, and emotional courage. Often, people walk away because they fear vulnerability, mistaking emotional closeness for loss of independence. When someone truly loves you, their desire is to share life with you, not to control or confine you. They offer support, patience, and empathy, even when challenges arise, demonstrating a commitment that goes beyond fleeting emotion. Walking away may feel like self-protection, but it can also mean leaving behind the very connection capable of providing growth, comfort, and shared understanding. True affection requires recognizing the value of someone willing to remain present despite uncertainty, someone who chooses to invest in the relationship rather than abandoning it at the first sign of difficulty. Emotional courage involves trusting that love can provide safety, not danger, and that vulnerability can bring connection rather than harm. Choosing to stay allows both individuals to confront fears together, building resilience and trust that superficial excitement or temporary discomfort cannot replace. Relationships rooted in genuine care thrive when both people recognize that love is an active decision, made daily through empathy, presence, and commitment. Many people underestimate the significance of someone who consistently chooses to remain beside them, offering emotional support and understanding even when life feels chaotic or overwhelming. Walking away may seem like an easy escape from responsibility, fear, or discomfort, but it often leads to regret once the absence of genuine care is felt. Someone who truly loves you does not require perfection. They seek honesty, patience, and shared effort. Love matures through shared experiences, conversations, and the willingness to face challenges rather than avoiding them. Emotional bonds grow stronger when both partners remain attentive to each other's needs and consistently demonstrate concern through action rather than words alone. Choosing to leave because of temporary frustration or fear overlooks the depth of connection that can develop over time. Recognizing the commitment, patience, and presence of someone who genuinely cares encourages reflection before making decisions driven by impulse. True love survives uncertainty because it is grounded in mutual respect, emotional accountability, and conscious effort. Before walking away, it is essential to consider whether fear or misunderstanding is guiding the choice, rather than appreciating the rare and enduring presence of someone who truly loves you.